And I'm curious to know, like, was there a specific moment in your life? I know you were one of the beginning members of the Diplomats, but like, was there a distinct moment in your life where you, like a fork in the road, where you had to make a decision, like, am I going to go down this road or am I going to go down that road? And if there was, what was it? And what was the fork for you?
Exactly. All right. Number one, right? Like I told you, I was around Camron. Camron always wanted to be independent. Camron always had a foresight of, I'm not working for other people. I want to do everything myself, right? So I always had that, being around it. I've had that intuition too. So when I was on the road, like I used to be on the road with Juelz Santana a lot in the Diplomats, and I had a wife, I just had married, and I had a 5-year-old daughter. I probably had my daughter was 3 years old. So at the time, I was on the road a lot, in the studio a lot. You know, we was all doing the groundwork. And I had a long conversation with my wife, and it was taking a toll on my personal life. But I had to make a decision where, as if, because I'm not a rapper. I just was actually just around and, you know, cool, but I was entrenched in it. And I had to make a decision. Am I going to be a family man, or do I want to be around my friends? So I actually walked away from the rap game and stuff. And like, we had artists that wanted us to bring them into the game and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I chose my family first, because number one, as a man, family is your biggest investment. You understand what I'm trying to say? When you have kids and you have a wife and you give your relationship to God, that's the biggest investment, because that has to manifest and succeed.
Now, how did that go? Like, you know, sometimes making that decision, like, am I going to do this or am I going to do that? It takes a toll on your friends. It breaks down relationships. What did that do when you had to make that decision? Like, am I going to do this family thing or am I going to do this rap thing? Like, I mean, how did they take it?
They didn't take it no type of way, because we're all friends. We all grew up together. And honestly, at my core, I'm a family man. You understand what I'm saying? And anybody that knows me know that. Like, ever since I was a child, I wanted to be like a father and a husband, and raise kids the right way and teach and lead by example. So at the end of the day, rapping wasn't my calling. Being a family man and raising my children, that was my calling. So I had to go with what I did best and what I wanted to do. Because sometimes you can't see out somebody else's dream. You have to see out your own dream.
Absolutely. So you're saying family is the number one investment that any of us can make. I love it.
Unless you don't have a family. But if you have a family, that's your number one investment, because that's where all your time is going. That's what you work for. That's what you do everything for. To leave a legacy behind for your kids. You know?
So with that being said, let's say somebody is watching this and let's say they're horrible, that like they don't do nothing that a parent should probably do. Maybe it's been eating them up for a few years. Mm-hmm. What are some basic parenting skills that anybody, like just the basic being a parent, what are some things that maybe you say, if it's not one, but a few things that you could say that are basic things a parent can do to be considered a good parent?
Okay, the first thing a man can do to be a good parent is respect his child's mother. That's number one. And while you're respecting the child's mother, you're showing them to honor their mother too. That's number one. Number two, attention. You have to be in your child's life. You have to be a staple in their life. It just can't be, oh, I'm giving my child money, I'm on child support, and some people think that that's good parenting. No. If your child plays sports, you go to their games, you do their homework with them, you have conversations with them. When you see a child make an error, correct them. Those are all the things that you can do as a parent to be a good parent. But you must have communication with your child. A
And
relationship.
Why don't you think that the child support thing, like if you're just giving child support, why don't you think that's enough?
That's not enough, because if I'm just giving you money, but I'm not spending time with you, how do we have a relationship? So when the child support is finished, does that mean our relationship is finished? So what type of rapport do we have? You have to have a rapport with your child. You should be your child's number one option. They should come to you for everything. They should talk to you about everything, and you should know everything about your child. So the number one thing I would say is have a productive relationship with your child.
Hey, Ma! I'm on TV!